excited to finally be doing another tutorial for you. It's been a minute since I've done one, so let's go check it out. I hope you guys like it. I'm going to start out by sectioning just right above my ear, right there. And I'll just put the other part up. Then I'm going to take a straightener. So I'm just going to take the very ends and flatten those, straighten those with this flat iron to get the frizzy ends kind of just a little more smooth. I have naturally curly hair, and so it's definitely not kinky curly, but it has curl to it and it has frizz to it, and so I want the frizz and the curl to be gone. So it's just a really quick go over and just right on the ends there. You don't want to go too high up because then it's going to make it harder to get the curl that you're wanting. So I just go from about right there down. So just not very far, like 2 to 3 inches, and just kind of get that just like that. Then I'm going to take the next section down, which is the rest of my hair, because like I said, it doesn't need to be like super precise. You're just gonna get these little ends flattened, and if you don't get every single one, it's totally fine, because we're gonna go back over with the curling iron through this, and it'll still look like you've done your hair. And then I'll just get these little things there and there. I'm basically done with this flat iron part. So now we'll move on to the curling iron. So a 1.25 inch, and it is my favorite. I feel like this size of curling iron works really well with like most hair lengths. If you have really short hair, I would go a little smaller, like a 1 inch. So here's what we're gonna do. Now this is the difference. I'm gonna part my hair kind of where I want it, and this is why it goes so quickly, because instead of doing what I normally do, which is just section out each area and do it, I wanted to go fast today. So here's what we're gonna do. Instead of taking horizontal sections, we're gonna take vertical sections and just go around my entire head, and it makes it a lot quicker. So, and I have thick hair, and so like I know a lot of times girls with thick hair, like there's no way I can do that, but if you take small enough vertical sections, you can totally do it. So I'm gonna take this front piece here. I'll show you. I'll take it. That, and then I do the flip thing, and I just kind of pull it down just like that. So it's just a looser curl, and because I flat ironed those ends, they'll just be kind of loose. Some of the other ends I'm gonna leave out, and I'll show you that. Everything in front of my ear, I'm going to curl away from my face. So this way. If you have already straight hair and you don't want the ends to be curled at all, like I said, because I flat ironed my ends, they're not gonna really curl. But if you have straight hair and you're like, I didn't need to flat iron the ends, which is awesome if you don't have to do that, then just kind of leave the end out a little so that it doesn't get like a curl to it, because you kind of want it to be more just straight. Okay, so this one is like right behind my ear. So I'm gonna curl this one forward so that they don't all stick together and all look like they're going the same direction. There we go. And if you feel like this section is too big, just take a little bit of hair out of it. So like I said, these are pretty small sections, like maybe an inch wide is all. And notice how I'm curling the hair. So this one will be curled back. I pull it down and then I kind of flip it and keep pulling and then flip it again and pull. You can see how the end is kind of flat, but it goes with the curl, it blends with the curl. Now in the back, because it gets thicker back here, you can take vertical sections still, but you can also split those vertical sections in half, just because there's more hair back here, and that way you'll make sure to get all of it. If you don't want to curl those back ones, you can always flat iron them and just keep them straight. If you have really thick hair, it doesn't matter if the underneath is flat, you won't see it, and plus we're going for like a loose wave, so it doesn't all need to be super curled. So I'm gonna take like half vertical sections when I start to get back here. So this is the underneath half of my vertical section. And then this is the top half. Also, I keep my curling iron on at 35, which is I think at about 350 degrees. I don't like to go much hotter than that, just for fear of frying my hair. I want to keep my hair, I want to go hot enough that it curls and holds the curl, but not so hot that my hair is gonna fall off and burn. I don't want that. And I don't hold it on there very long either, just because, same reason, I don't want to burn my hair off. I usually stop at about the middle back here, and then I'll do these pieces on top very last, so I can kind of see which way I want them to curl. So I've got most of the back half done, and I'm sure there will be a few pieces that I missed, but now we'll move on to the other side. These front pieces are kind of key. You don't need them to be too big. I'm obviously have like the least amount of hair up here, so it looks bigger in the section, but it actually is probably the least amount of hair that I take in all of my sections, because I'm kind of particular about how exactly I want it to lay. So away from my face again, and that one didn't curl super great right there, so I'm just gonna go and kind of curl it again. And you can do that anytime you feel like maybe it didn't get quite the curl you wanted.
Okay, so moving on. Now this is basically going to be just the exact same as I did for the other side. Just those vertical sections. And when I get all of these ones in front of my ear are going to be curled away from my face again. And then this section, which is right the back of my ear, is going to be curled towards my face so that they don't all stick together and all go the exact same direction. And then I alternate for the rest of my hair back and like facing this way or that way so that they don't look together. Just at the front of my hair, I don't really want it to move in front of my face though.
split in half because it's like one of my last, these are my last two curls right here. I'm gonna split them in half so that I can kind of make them go opposite ways. Just depending on what way these are curled so that they don't all stick together. So I'm gonna do this one this way. And I like to move my curling iron along it just to heat it up the hair a little bit. It helps it curl better. And then I'll go like that, and like that. All right, last curl. These curls on top are curled back, so I'm gonna curl this one the opposite way. There we go. Now it's done. I'm gonna let those curls cool for just a second and I will show you what we do next. Okay, now that the curls have cooled for a few minutes, I'm gonna show you guys what I use. So I use the Ag Tousled Texture Spray. It's my favorite texture spray because it's a light spray, but it gives good texture and you don't feel like super gritty after you use it because it doesn't feel dirty. So I really love this one. Then I'm gonna use my Kenra shaping spray. It's alcohol free, which I love, so it doesn't dry out your hair. It's like a newer one, but it has good hold to it as well. So we're gonna use those. So first, I'm gonna take my fingers and shake out those curls. And we're done. Seriously, so easy. It's like a 10-minute hairstyle. And there you have it. An awesome light wave that is super quick, 10 minutes. The best. And I'll show you again all of those products. My Babyliss tools, which are my faves, and two of my favorite sprays for hair. The Ag Tousled Texture and the Kenra shaping spray, which is alcohol free. Love it. Okay, hopefully that helps.